Hey you, what up? Welcome to my channel. I'm Maryam. Welcome to another episode of Makeup for Real Life Holiday Edition, featuring this very festive but cozy makeup look that you could wear at home with your family if you're watching movies, if you're celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas or New Year's or Kwanzaa or whatever it is that you're celebrating, or you can amp it up to wear to a holiday party at your job or elsewhere. So this video is designed to build on the previous steps, so you can definitely stop wherever you feel comfortable. You can take any of my recommendations or any of my tips and make it yours. Of course, this is a look for real life, not necessarily for the studio lights. So I'm also going to show you what this looks like outside in natural lighting so that you can look your best in real life, in real light, in real life situations. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. Notification bell for Wednesdays and Sundays videos. Thumbs up, share this video wherever it is shareable. And now let's get into it. Makeup for Real Life, Holiday Season Edition. Here we come. Let's do it. Okay, so today I'm going to begin with skin prep. I was telling you guys the other day that I've been using my LANCOME Advanced Genifique Serum with my foundations, even with my skin tints, to sheer out and to give a really natural looking complexion. So today I want to show you how I do that, and I'm going to be using the HAUS Labs Triclone Foundation. Notice I'm not applying any primer. So because this is a makeup for real life, and because I want to build up on my steps, I just want to show you different options. So I'm going to apply a minimal amount of foundation. As you can see, I only just put a drop to each part of the face. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the LANCOME Genifique and add a drop, not the entire droplet, just like a small drop to the 3 areas. Then I'm going to take a dense brush. This one is the EcoTools Base Buffer Brush. So this is great for your primers, for your bases, and basically I'm gonna swirl these two products together to create a very light, very natural, sheer luminous layer of color. This is a great foundation to do this with because it is already pretty pigmented. It has really decent coverage, so essentially you're not shearing out something that's already sheer. As always, I apply way too much to my forehead. I'm not sure why it happens this way. What I'm gonna do is just take the excess of that and place that over my trouble zones and just let them sit. And then I'm gonna blend out the rest of this foundation. So for this method, you don't necessarily need to use the Genifique serum. Genifique is just one of my all-time favorite serums. I feel like it gives you that really youthful, plumped up skin glow. And so I use it all the time. This is probably my 100th bottle. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but it's definitely probably like my 10th bottle over the years, ever since I discovered it. I'm not gonna be shy about it. I'm even gonna apply it underneath my eyes, on top of my lids. But if you notice, the layer is very, very, very sheer and very subtle. So then I'm just gonna buff out that product in those areas where I applied a little bit more. Just gonna use some stippling motions and just making sure that there's no borders, there's no lines, nothing that you can detect with the eye. So essentially this is the initial base. If you are spending your holidays with your family, if you're just wearing your Christmas jammies and watching movies, if you are basically chilling at home, and if you have decent skin, this base just might be enough for you, especially if you are not oily like me. You may not even need to set this. This is enough to keep you hydrated all day, and it's enough to give you that little bit of coverage, but also a perfected layer. So it just looks clean. It looks like you washed your face. It looks like, I don't know, you're ready for the holidays. For me, obviously, I need some helpers, so I'm gonna use some helpers. But before I do that, I'm gonna reach for a highlighter. So today I'm gonna use the FENTY Liquid Killawatt in Hustler Baby 2.0. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to, that's a lot. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to the high points of the face. I'm gonna grab the same brush and I'm gonna blend it in with the foundation. You can add a little bit on your forehead, obviously, a little bit on the bridge of your nose if you want to, maybe a little bit on the jawline if you don't have acne bumps there like I do. Kind of like that, just so that you have that glow. Now, I'm gonna move on to concealing. I'm gonna use Tarte Shape Tape today, just because it is super duper duper pigmented. It's one of my favorites. I have a new shade, 27S Light Medium Sand. I was recently in Chicago for a wedding, and I completely forgot to pack concealer, so I went to Ulta, which was like right downstairs from where I was staying, and I grabbed this shade, because I didn't have the shade, and I really wanted to be glam, so I wanted to grab a much lighter shade than what I normally use. So this is what I grabbed, and this is what I'm gonna use today. Very little bit of strategic concealing here, just a little bit of brightening, like that, corners of the mouth. And again, I'm gonna go back with the same brush. Blend it out first in those areas that I want to pop out or lift. So like the outer corners of the mouth, that area around the nose that I always like to pop out. In between the brows, of course. This is an area where a lot of us, including me, hold our attention. As I said that, I kind of frowned. And then I'm also going to lift the outer corner ever so slightly and just continue with that method. So remember, this is makeup for real life, but it will also look good on camera. It will also look good in flash photography in case you are taking photos, because that's real life for a lot of us, especially during the holiday season. We don't want to just look great in real life. We also want that greatness to translate on photos. So then the last step, I'm going to take my Rare Beauty concealer brush and I'm going to very gently blend that. How nice is that? Tarte Shape Tape really is that girl. I'm gonna quickly set the under eye, just the under eye, because I don't want that to crease. And this is something that creases so fast that I just wanna make sure I take care of that quickly before I move on to everything else. So I'm gonna use this Dominique Cosmetics translucent setting powder that I really like, and just set the under eye, also right here between the brows. I still have a few spots that I need to conceal. I'll take care of that in a minute. Gonna let it chill for now. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna do my blush. So recently I got this Fenty Beauty Double Cheeked Up Freestyle Cream Blush Duo in the shades Peony Droppa. Don't come for me, I don't know how to pronounce that word. And Molly Booze. I'm gonna go for the pink one. I'm gonna pick up a lot on my finger. I'm gonna sort of melt that into my cheek and also on my nose right here. I really do like that cold girl vibe. I feel like it's so cute and it's very current and it just makes me feel like a little Gen Z-esque, even though I'm a millennial. And then I'm gonna take the same brush that's already been marinating with all of my other products like the foundation, the serum, the highlighter, and I'm gonna press this blush in. Notice that I'm applying it a little bit higher than I normally do and kind of into the temple. That's because my hair is up, and when my hair is up, I always like to take the blush a little bit higher than I do. It just creates that lift. I really like it. So I'm kind of keeping this color in the back, not so much in the front. So this is the same Fenty formulation of their regular cream blushes that are amazing, by the way. I have been loving them for so long, and this edition is really nice for the holiday season. It's just beautiful, flattering, easy to use. It's working with everything else that I have going on. I really like it. Again, if you're someone who's into natural makeup, this may be enough for you, even if you're going to a work holiday party. But for someone like myself who wears makeup on the regular, this is just a very nice, easy, everyday type of makeup that I would wear to a family function or just to feel a little bit more festive while I'm at home, especially if I want to be online, if I want to talk on stories, things like that. This is just what I would do. But I want this whole video to just be inspirational in the sense that you can grab pieces from it, grab different tips and make them your own. You know, I feel like all of my videos that I film lately are kind of geared around that. I just want to give you all the information that I have. I want to show you all the new products that I've learned about, new techniques that I've been utilizing, and then I just want you to take it and make it yours. Okay, so I haven't forgotten about the spots. The spots are still there, I know, but I actually forgot my spot concealer, so I'm gonna have to just let this rest. But while I do that, I wanna show you this other thing that I do for my real life makeup that I don't often show on YouTube. I don't know why I don't do that, but I guess that's what these videos are for, so I could really show you what I do. I have this really small sample, I'm sure this was from a PR package, of NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation that I really love. And I have this shade Murea. I also have it in a large size, of course. But this is a shade that usually works for me if I am very tan in the summer. So this is a perfect match to my summer tan, like my August summer tan, not my June summer tan. So what I like to do is I like to add this to the perimeter of my face as a very subtle contour / bronzer. So notice that I did not add a lot, and this is an undertone that you could probably tell is my undertone. So this is just a trick that I do. If I don't want to contour, if I don't really want to bronze up, if I don't want to look like I took a million years doing my makeup, I just take the shade, use the same brush once again, and I just blend it into the perimeter of my face, blend it into my hairline. This especially looks nice if you have your hair up and if you are showing off that hairline. I feel like this is a trick that a lot of celebrity makeup artists do too on their celebrity clients. They don't really bronze up with these bronzers. They really do this contouring, bronzing thing with foundation, specifically with one that matches the undertone of the person's natural tan, or like what their natural tan would be. I'm going kind of slow now so you could really appreciate what I'm doing. Essentially, this is it. And if you feel like you've added a little bit too much, which I think I might have added just a little bit too much, I like to add a little bit of my serum, and I kind of go over everything and I shear it out right on top. But because none of this is set with powder, this is still very, very moldable, and it's still very pliable, and you could still move it wherever you need to move it. You could still shear it out, and you could still make it look natural and believable. So in this instance, I'm just gonna take that contour, that bronzy contour, I'm gonna blend it down a little bit so that it doesn't look so harsh. I'm gonna blend it into the rest of my face so it looks a little bit more seamless. And now suddenly, she is coming together. Hey there. Got the pencil, Jones Road, shade 9. I'm gonna go over these bumps and these little spots here, just conceal them real quick. Yes, I could have applied more foundation because it is full coverage, but I really like the way that my skin is looking at the moment outside of the bumps. I just want to enjoy that, you know? That's why I'm just strategically concealing only what needs to be concealed. This is such a great concealer pencil. If you guys haven't gotten it yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is my favorite. Wait till you see how good this looks in real life. And then with my same magic brush, I'm just gonna go over all of those pencil marks and just press them in to make them look a little bit more natural. All right, now time to set everything. Well, not everything, just the perimeter of the face. I'm gonna use this Essence 16 Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. I've been talking about this one a lot because I really like it. Big Reffer brush, setting the forehead first, and the jawline, cheek, blush, keeping the center blank. And now for the center of the face, I'm gonna use my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. And I'm gonna set all of those porous zones. And actually, I'm gonna do this on the close-up camera, just so we can appreciate this part, because it is very satisfying. Okay, I know this is still in studio light, but studio light is very harsh. Let's do this. Boom. This side of the face. Beautiful. And that was that. This also works on acne scars if you have any. So notice that I applied the powder to my pore zones and also a little bit over here, because over here I don't have pores, but I have some acne scars, some like little crevices. Oh, I hate referring to them as that, but that's just what they are. They're like little crevices. And so I just press a little bit of the powder here to smooth out the texture and just like unevenness here. All right, face base. So you can keep it at this if you like, but like I said, I'm building up, and so I want to show you as many options as possible. Of course, I'm gonna reach for my Rising Star palette from NARS. I love this one a lot. Just has the most beautiful shades. I'm gonna go for my favorite shade in the palette, which is this pink one here. I'm gonna add a little bit of that on top of the powder. I'm doing this because my skin is very oily, and usually cream blushes don't last very long on me. For some reason, the oils in my skin just tend to suck it up. So I always need to apply a little bit of a powder blush of a matching color right on top, just for some staying power. I'm still keeping it subtle, of course. I don't want it to be super, super bright, but this is it for me. You can always go back with the pencil if you feel like you've erased some of that concealer. This is something that I always do with blush, so I like to add a little bit of pencil underneath and then also a little bit on top, just so that I ensure that everything is well covered, like that. And then I just press my powder right on top just to set. Holiday skin for the real life is complete. Let's move on to eyes. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach for a neutral palette. This one, Supreme Nudes Matte Masterpiece from Artist Couture, is perfect for this. I'm gonna grab a pencil brush, Sigma Pencil E30. I'm gonna reach into this shade here called Silhouette, which is just a nude color. I'm gonna add that right to the inner corner, like that, and then to the other side. I'm just feathering it in. I'm not applying it all the way, just to the inner corner, darkening this section. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the outer corner. Just darken the outer corner of the lid and bring it in. So this look that I came up with is really easy. You can build on it, you can make it your own, obviously, but I thought this might be a really fun and easy way to do holiday makeup without doing the usual. So again, just darkening the outer corners, not really lifting it too far to the heavens, just keeping it contained. Could always blend it out or make it bigger if you want, if you have bigger eyes, but for my eye shape, I want to keep it somewhat contained, but you'll see why. All right, I'm keeping that brush handy. I'm gonna grab another color, maybe something a little bit lighter, like this shade next to it called Trace. Morphe R39 brush. Just blending the outer corner and then also kind of bringing it in a halo style to meet with the inner corner. Oh my God, My eyebrows are so wolfing out right now. That's because this weekend I have a benefit brow event. So I've been trying to grow them out, but man, they are looking so terrible up close. Ooh, okay, maybe that's a little too much, but you get the idea. This is the idea. Next thing I'm gonna do is grab a metallic pencil. This one is MILANI Metallic Lights eyeliner in the shade Starlight. And I'm gonna add a thin line of that to the center of the lid. And then I'm gonna start adding this pencil to the blank space in the middle. But I'm not adding it as precisely and as pigmented as I did to the lash line. So notice that the lash line has the most product, and then I'm kind of feathering out and just doing little short strokes on the center lid. You can use your finger to help, or even a brush if you want. Like a flat little brush is fine, just to kind of help spread it. And then same thing on the other eye. Gonna line very precisely near the lash line, and then just feather it out and lift it and add short little strokes to the center of the lid. And I'm gonna take my little brush and blend it a little bit, lift it a little bit, and essentially you should be left with something like this. Next thing I'm gonna do, and this is the magic, I'm gonna reach for MAC Reflex Gold Glitter. This is the finest glitter that you will find. Super, super, super reflective. You actually don't even need to put anything underneath. You could use glitter glue if you want, but I just like to pick up a little bit of glitter, then tap it into the cap. And then I just tap that all over that center lid, but even higher than where I placed the pencil, all the way into the brow bone, over the brown shadow, but concentrating the majority of this glitter in the center, obviously. So this is gonna give you that ultimate holiday sparkle. This, in my opinion, is a genius product that just looks so incredible in real life, in dim light, in studio lights, at night, during the day. I have to show you a close-up. Just look at that reflect. Is that not sublime? And here's the eye without it. Here's the eye with it. So, so good. Imagine this at night. I think I literally only use this product during the holiday season just because it is so festive, it's so reflective. I really don't have a reason to be this glittery or this sparkly at any other time of the year. But man, is this just so, so, so appropriate for the holidays. And it's not that chunky glitter. This is just like the finest, the most delicate, the prettiest looking glitter you'll ever see. MAC Reflex Gold. Of course, they also have a Reflex Teal, they have a Reflex Bronze, they have a Reflex Pearl, all types of different Reflex, but gold is my absolute classic fave. If you wanna go crazy, you can go crazy, of course. You could add liner, you could add lashes, you could add whatever you want. You could even add rhinestones, but for me, I'm gonna keep it contained at this. I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Huda Beauty Lifeliner Quick and Easy in the shade brown. Actually, it's called Very Brown. I'm gonna add a little bit of that to the inner corner and to the outer corner and do like the tiniest wing ever. Said I was gonna do the tiniest wing ever, and then I just keep on making it bigger and bigger and bigger, but it's still pretty contained for me. There's a reason why I did this, and the reason is the following. I'm gonna add some lashes. I'm gonna use these AURIC Glasswing lashes. These are the half lashes, or the ones that are the smaller version of the larger version. I'm gonna add those just because I want a little bit more of a lash, but I'm gonna do this in a different way that I normally add lashes. So as always, I'm gonna add my lash glue. And once the glue is tacky, I'm gonna add the lash. Did I really just poke myself in the eye with my tweezers? I think I did. Applying lashes is not my favorite thing in the world. Even though I've done it a million times, I still sometimes poke myself in the eye. But anyway, I'm fine. I did much better with this side than I did with this side. I'm gonna let that dry, but while it's drying, I'm gonna go back to my liner and make sure I disguise that band, because this band here, although thin, it's still not invisible. So I do need to make sure that I hide it. Okay, while that dries, I'm gonna move on to lips. Of course, for the lips, you could pretty much go in any direction that you want. If this is already festive enough for you, you can go with any lip. If you're chilling at home, you can just go for a lip balm or like a lip tint, something like this, just to add a little bit of color to your face. Of course, you can always go for like a classic red lipstick, something like this, or like a Chanel red. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. And now I saw this on TikTok and I completely fell in love. The original artist who created this look, her name is The French Touch of Makeup, and I am absolutely in love with her videos. So what I'm gonna do is do a brownie red wintry ombre sort of lip, and I feel like it will be perfect for this look, giving me that red lip, but still keeping it kind of neutral, but at the same time also very festive. So I'm gonna use the GERARD Cosmetics lip pencil in the shade Mudslide. I used it in my previous video, so it's still here. I'm gonna sharpen it, making sure I have a really good point on that. And my lips are right now clean. There's no sort of lip product on them. First, I'm going to line my lips, corner to corner. Oh, come on, cat hair, give me a break. Making sure that my initial lip line is very, very precise. I'm gonna feather in the corner, kind of like that. You can use a brush to smudge out the lip line, or your finger, or if you're lazy like me, you could just kind of press your lips back and forth and back, and smudge this line a little bit inwards. Next, I'm gonna take a liquid lip, Persona Cosmetics, in the shade Holy Grail. This is one of my absolute favorite reds, not just for the holiday season, but for any season. I'm gonna add this first layer directly to the center, and kind of like blend it in. I'm gonna use my finger, or you could use a brush. I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna go back with my pencil and just feather in the brown even further, kind of like that. And next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply a second layer. This time I'm applying the layer over the entire lip shape, over the brown pencil. And I'm trying to do this in one even swipe for each lip. So one for the top lip and now one for the bottom lip. I'm gonna let that dry and set. Like I said, if you want to use a lip pencil to perfect the line or just to make sure that the blend is seamless, you can totally do that. If you want to add a little bit more brown to the corners, you can do that. But ultimately, what I learned from this method is that the 2-layer lipstick method makes it so much easier, and it makes the ombre so much more wearable than if you were trying to blend in 1 layer into the lip liner. So this to me is like super festive, but homey, and I just really love the vibe, especially with the neutral but sparkly sort of eyeshadow. I just feel like this is gonna be my new thing. So thank you, French Touch of Makeup, for introducing me to this method. I feel like it really inspired me, so now I want to take it and I want to credit the original creator and also share it with you guys. So next, I'm gonna do one final thing, is I'm gonna go back to my eyes. I'm gonna take my Rephr lash curler. I'm gonna curl these lashes with my natural lashes. I'm just gonna crimp them, not even curl them really, because my lashes are so short. When I do this, I have to be really careful that I don't actually remove the falsie. Just like a couple of crimps is enough for me. Next, I'm gonna take my mascara. Any mascara, I'm gonna go for the CALIRAY. That's just what I've been using lately. And I'm going to very gently add a little bit of mascara to both my lashes and also the falsies, just to blend them together, to make them look a little bit more cohesive and not so falsy. Alrighty, so this is officially the final look. I'm gonna release the bangs, I'm gonna show you a close-up, and then I'm gonna show you a close-up in real light outside of the studio light so we could really appreciate this very cozy, glam, but homey holiday look. And here she is, festive, glam, and cozy for the holiday season. I am in love with this look. I think this is very playful, but very wearable, something that anyone can achieve and make their own. I specifically love the way that the pinky lip is subtle enough, but different enough that it complements, but also kind of contrasts with the lip and with the eye. I just feel like it's so cute and wintry and glam at the same time. I think it's very wearable and also very flattering. I love the complexion. I really like everything that I've put together so far. So I'm gonna give myself a little pat on the back because I really like this one. I feel like I had fun with it and I really enjoyed giving you guys a different take on holiday. Something that maybe is a little bit understated, but I think it's something that a lot of people can actually gravitate towards. So with that, I am going to leave you. Have a happy holiday season, you guys, whether you're celebrating Hanukkah or Christmas, Kwanzaa, New Year's, whatever it is that you're celebrating, have a happy one. I'm gonna zoom on out. I'm gonna wish you a farewell, invite you to check out more of my videos over here. I love you, peace out, and I'm out.